Hey, I'm Weekend Gabe, and you're checking out Weekend at Gabe's, and thanks for checking out this latest episode. While you're here, also follow us on these social medias at Weekend Gabe, at Weekend at Gabe's, and also at The Real Sam Crane. Thanks for checking us out.
All right, joining us now, it is a pleasure to introduce him to the show. The new album Trey is going to be coming out really soon. Gr8sky joining us here tonight on Weekend at Gabe's. How are you?
I'm great, man. I'm great. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
I'm locked in with y'all.
We locked in.
I'm great, man. How y'all doing?
Good, man. We appreciate you coming on. One of the great thinkers, friends of the show. We love you guys and the work that you're doing. So it's a pleasure to have you on. You got the new album that's dropping, Trey. We were just kind of giving a synopsis before you hopped on about the juxtaposition between the artist and the person. And you have these great inserts. I won't call them skits, but they're inserts of your mom sort of introducing and talking throughout the record about yourself, little tidbits about growing up. Like, talk a little bit about sort of the mission behind the record and where did the inspiration for that idea stem from? Because this is a bit of a sequel to your original debut album from 8 years ago, Gr8sky. So returning to continuing that mission, what sort of motivated you to do that?
Man, every artist has their own world, or they should have one that they, kind of beef themselves up in, and just work on your own like craft. Just sharpen your own skill. So, back then I was just going by Sky. Like, so when 2014 hit, it was a it was a it wasn't like a rebranding thing for me. It was just more like a refresh. But it was like in a video game when you like re-level, but you still get to keep like some of your badges or some of your weapons or something like that. So Gr8sky became the attachment, and I rolled that out with like a cassette. So it was kind of similar to how I rolled out Trey, you know what I'm saying, with like the Sega cartridges and the QR codes. So it's like you get a collector's item in a sense, following me, you get treats, you know what I mean? Also make juice. Shout out to Gr8 Juice.
We're going to get to that.
I want to get around to the juice because the juice was a big part of our research. But first, I want to get into sort of that moment of adding the great. Was that sort of around about the time you got involved with Great Thinkers in this project that y'all had going on, or where did that relationship come about?
Man, I was a great thinker in like 2012. So I was already I was a great thinker a bit of the time before Gr8sky became a thing. The way I played off of all right, so this is the whole breakdown of my name.
Hell yeah.
So
let's go.
High school, I went by Sky Kid. It was this raw ass OG little simulator game that I used to play at my grandma's house when I was younger. And when I decided to start rapping, I went by Sky Kid, and I just added a D to it, just for I don't know, just to be different. So it got to a point where I met Jeff, and we were in high school, and then we were growing up, so I couldn't be Sky Kid forever. So just Sky. So that was around the time that I did like Tranquil, which you can like find that somewhere on the internet. I got a little fro and shit like that. So that lasted for a bit of time, and then I just started to grow even more. You know what I mean? Like very, 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 very fast. So I kind of fell into a more natural sense of myself, and always felt like I was, one of the gifted ones. So I felt like I was ahead of my time. And one of my favorite movies is Back to the Future. And one of the things that Doc used to say was Great Scott. So I kind of just flipped that shit and made it Gr8sky. And like, just run with it. You know what I mean? I've run with that ever since. So it kind of just fit, being a part of the Great Thinkers and that being the moniker already, it was like I just added a new color to my superhero costume. Like I ain't changed much. I just added a new little chrome to the shoulder pads and got velvet cape, you know. So it's like just a little bit of that in a nutshell. And Gr8sky has been doing he's been doing well for me. You know, we work very well together. So
hell yeah. And it seems like it was funny that you brought up sort of the Back to the Future, because it seems like this nostalgia is just a running theme throughout. I mean, you talked about an old video game was your first rap name. Obviously, y'all pressing the cartridges with the QR codes, which I think is an absolutely genius idea, by the way.
That's so cool.
Talk about that sort of theme of your life. Why was it important to make these cartridges a part of this release strategy? You know, have that nostalgia, have your mother talk about things like, oh, he's probably watching Batman or he's watching something in the other room. I don't know what he's watching, but that's like, you know, a classic 90s mother thing to say.
Yeah, man. Man, shout out to Batman. Everybody that hasn't seen Batman, Robert Pattinson did his thing. I will say that. That's my new favorite Batman movie. But I digress on that. Man, bro, it was just, it's always been me, you know. Man, ever since I can remember, like, I've always been playing the game, and it's always been a thing of more than just actually doing it. It was like it became a space of like serenity and zen and all this for me. Like I write songs, I work on cover art, I do all of these things while playing the game, like simultaneously, like not necessarily finishing a game, but I can, like, as long as the game is on and it's running and I can like interact with it, it gets my creative flow going. You know what I mean? So it's been a major part of me. And I thought my first joint was a Sega, but I had checked in with my mom's and she was telling me like my first game was an Atari. So I went from the Atari to the Sega Genesis to the PlayStation 2, 3, Xbox 360. My cousin had a Nintendo 64 and a Dreamcast. So that's where the love for 2K came from, because Al Iverson was on the first 3 2Ks that were only on Dreamcast before the other platforms. So
they got it for GameCube too. They got it for GameCube
as well. Yes. So it was just a thing of like, man, it's always been something that I've been,
Weekend Gabe pulling out the
bro.
What you know about that?
Hey, I know. You see that swirl at the beginning, and you know, it just goes crazy from there. But man, Sega has been like Sonic has been a major part. You know what I mean? So like, along with the first game, like Sonic the Hedgehog on Sega, like that's what broke me in, man. Like I used to play that shit all the time. Couldn't beat it, just would get further every time. Didn't know if you could beat it. Like, you know, I still haven't beat Sonic the Hedgehog on Sega Genesis. But like,
it's not too late. It's not too late.
It's never too late. But like, you know, I've been getting higher in my, you know, later lives, you know, so I've been getting closer, just, you know, the patience and all that, you know. I'm not in the controller slamming phase of life and, you know, all the things that it used to bring. But yeah, bro, like Sonic was a major part, from the cartoons to the TV show with Jaleel White, the SpaghettiOs, man, the fucking
classic.
Like I was a fan. Like Sonic is also the reason I like chili dogs. So it's like it's a lot of little things, bro. It's just been the attachment to really cartoons that just helped my animated, like childlike imagination side of life just keep up with me at every level that I rise to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, so what is the difference between Trey and Gr8sky? We were talking a little bit about monikers and sort of separating them between the show part of it and the real person, but are they interchangeable? Is there a difference?
Yeah, they're most definitely interchangeable. So the thing about Trey is it resonates with more of like oh, this is my cat buddy. But Trey resonates with more of like a personal, more of a personal vibe. You know what I mean? It's like you kind of got to get to know Trey. It's certain things that it's not that much different, but it's certain things that it's like twins. You know what I mean? It's like they're identical, but you know which one is which. That's the
Okay.
best way that I can put it. Also, you know, for the zodiac people, I got Gemini in my chart, so it's a bit of you know that in there. So it's like Trey resonates with more of the personal side, and Gr8sky was something that like when I created Gr8sky, I felt like okay, this is the artist me. People already casually call me Sky, so I'm getting used to hearing this a lot more than Trey, and it's becoming the replacement of what Trey has been, you know, before I was an artist. And, you know, wasn't into this side of life and I was just I don't want to say a normal person because I was always, you know, the shit. But like, you know, like I wasn't Trey used to play basketball. Trey didn't you know, tap into spirituality as much or, you know, speak up as much, you know. Wasn't as wasn't as into what he said he was into. You know what I mean? So I kind of just found more of self, and that resonated with Sky, and like the mirror reflection just started to become what it was. And Gr8sky was more of like my artistry when I'm on stage, when I'm performing, when I'm you know presenting a product type of thing. Because I don't want people calling me Gr8sky in person. It's like it's cool to call me Sky, but Trey is like sometimes it takes a minute for me to even like you know
register that.
So used to Sky, so it's like that comes with a certain person, certain circumstance, certain degree. You know, it's like I don't just ring with Trey if I don't know you. You know what I mean? It's one of those types of things. So me bringing this back in the form of the album, it's like I had my mom. Well, I ghost wrote for mom. Like I did that. I wrote whole shit so that she could give the nostalgic feel. Like it's present day, but she's giving the nostalgic feel through the frequencies of her voice that are in retrospect to the music, which is now. So it's like you got the kid me that's hearing and seeing and you know scoping in on these things. It's like the eavesdropping of my ear, and then the music is where I'm at now. So you see the balance of don't smoke around my son, and then you got a weed song, or what's this on the radio, and then you got like the slow vibey records with the shit that might be borderline something you might not want to listen to your child with. So it's like it's a lot of parables that I play off of just you know in the creative sense. You know what I'm saying?
You spoke a little bit about Gr8sky being the name that you put behind your products, and I do want to get to this. One of the products that you're pushing right now is the Gr8 Juice, which looks fantastic. You are serving it out. Are you doing what's the setup here? Do you have a storefront? Are you pulling up on people around the city? How are you getting this product out?
So since I am one man band man, I am the machine. You know, you come to me, or you know, you can order in an orderly fashion. You know, the fashion thing is really what gets it done. Everything else is kind of I love making the juice, so I most definitely want to make sure that I'm taking my time and making sure that everyone gets the product that is continuing to provide and nourish people in a certain way. Man, Gr8 Juice, man. When I first moved to Chicago, like probably like 4 or some years back, something like that at this point. I worked at a juice bar, you know what I mean? So it's like I took the game that I had from that and honestly I made it more black, you know what I mean? I had mangoes, I had the cayenne ash, cinnamon, I got the coconut water. I add a plethora of taste buds and like it goes so well and I know so much about fruit. Yeah, I'm a pretty healthy person myself. I can vouch for that. So that translating to me being an artist, it's like painting. You know what I mean? It's really like just making colors come together. I don't know. I just know. I know how to get the greens to where they get to. I know how to get the yellows, the oranges, the reds, I just know. I've had the experience. So I put all of that into then knowing how to nourish people. What is for this? Like what can cure sinuses or, flush mucus or, what's good for like the bloodstream or what's good for like meal replacement if you haven't got to a meal, something you can drink within 16 ounces that'll, fill you up until you get to a meal, certain things like that. I'm into that. You know what I mean? I'm in a non-weird way, I'm into people. I love people. I care for people. I care for the human being. So I most definitely want to provide the best for everyone.
Hell yeah.
And Gr8 Juice I think it's not just good, it's great. Like I don't drink that shit because I've had the flavors and I taste test every time I make a batch, but it's where it is every time. So I don't have to try it. It's that good. I make other juice for myself, but that shit is fire. That's why I sell
it. Hell yeah.
It feels like I'm sorry to say real quick, but it feels like everyone on the Great Thinkers is like has a specialty of their own that they offer, right? Because we were talking to Jeff Koons and like he's heavy into stones and painting, and then Mother Nature. Is it the fifth dimension? Did I get that right?
Fourth dimension.
The fourth dimension. That's kind of their scope of the world.
Yeah, dimensions, baby.
Yeah, and then here you are with the nourishing, the health, the nutrition part of it. It's like everyone is like kind of like bring something organically or unique to the party of these creative minds. I think that's fascinating.
Yes, man. Yeah, we're pretty wholesome people, man. We work on just being our toughest critics in order to provide a healthier future, a healthier present, a healthier just moving forward in the sense of not being afraid to find ways to heal. You know what I'm saying? Music is our primary tool. You know what I mean? It's the forefront. It's the pipeline to everything. But like from that, it's most definitely a tree that has plenty of strong ass branches. So like we do a lot of shit. I really don't, just harp and brag on and boast on us as much as I used to. I'm getting older now a bit, but the shit speaks. So. We most definitely perform to a great thinker level. It is in fact a great level that we craft everything to, not just the music. You know what I mean? We don't want an A+ here and then a C+ in this department. You know what I mean? It's A's all across the board. That's how we try to have it.
Hell yeah. And this summer on tour, you brought that same philosophy. Y'all was out there all over the country. How was that experience for you?
Man,
you doing the jig. I can tell it was a good time.
It was amazing. It was amazing. Man, check this out. Last year was my 28th year, and it was also like my golden year. You know what I mean? So I was like February 28th. So it's like the way that I iced that joint, you know, the way that the team iced that joint, you know, it was unexpected, but we did the shit. You know what I mean? Faith, spiritual finances that formed into realistic finances. So, you know, we already millionaires, but, you know, we had to convert some of that spiritual dollar into, you know, this US dollar. So, we did that. Shit, just a strong.
You might want to move them real dollars back to the spirit dollars because the inflation is crazy these days. You know?
Hey, no, hey, the spirit dollars is infinite. So I got dollars for whatever current dollar we using in today's present time. So we good.
Dollar.
It just moved like that. But bro, we just man, we really believe in ourselves, each other, and everything around us that helps us believe. You know what I mean? It's like a spiral effect. It's an infinite. You know what I mean? It's an infinity sign for real. Like it feeds into itself. So that shit just it was the greatest, you know what I mean? It was the greatest year for me. Shit, I felt like I had accomplished a lot. You know what I mean? I did great. I mean, I got a business, I get a this, I did that. You know what I mean? Also, like I'm a, you know what I mean, a published illustrator. I have like 9 books that I've illustrated, man. So it's like I'm a smoking gun, man. Now what can I say? I was cannon, man.
Love to see that.
With double the cannonball bullets. You know what I mean? So I be going wild, bro. I love to create, and I also love to like platform certain things in my mind that I feel haven't existed yet. I like to create for situations that I feel are in the future but aren't now. You know what I mean? I've always seen my music as that subconscious standpoint on how to get past the present if you don't know how. You know what I mean? So that's just one of the messages I preach, man. So the Golden was a cap. I met a few legends of mine. I cried on the back of the Sprinter. Shit, I was in it. I was like, y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know. Good, man. That was a great way to end my year. And this one's just been more up, you know what I mean? So
hell yeah. I'm excited to see what's coming next for y'all. Y'all all working hard, so that's what's up. That's what's up, man. We wanna have some fun on the show. We like to ask a few fun questions. At the back end, we run out of time here. You mentioned it earlier in the interview, so I wanted to bring it back. But if you had to design your own superhero costume, what would it look like?
Oh my goodness. I'm most definitely part of the Bat family. So it's gonna be like something like that. I ain't gonna have I'm gonna have a little cape.
A smaller cape.
Actually, no, I'm not gonna have a cape.
No cape. You're doing the Nightwing thing.
My dreadlocks are gonna be long enough to
be a cape in and of themselves.
I have like nanotech tips that just protect them. Like
nanotech tips.
I'm gonna have a suit that kind of look like Chris O'Donnell's Robin suit from Batman.
Yes,
Forever.
Yes,
classic
film.
Robin.
Yeah, that little piece right there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm gonna have an 8 logo in the center, engraved on the thing on the eyes. I'm gonna have it's gonna have a sky blue print, and then it's gonna have a grayish cloud on it, and it's gonna have like, I don't know. It's gonna have an actual cloud in it, and that's gonna be like the hydration system throughout my entire suit. But it's like, in order to defeat me, you have to like impale this, and this is made out of like adamantium, so you can't really like stop it. But mothers think they can, and it's like a big old swoosh bubble or like an air bubble in front of me.
I hear you.
Crazy. But yeah, my name would be great man. When you great man.
Great man.
Great.
I love it. I love it.
And it's hard to be great man because everybody just be good at stuff. So you have to be great to defeat him. You know what I mean? So he like, you know, he's just like me. I only love things. There's a lot of shit I don't like. It's a lot of things I do love. So that just separates the bar. You know, if you're good and you just good at fighting or you're not gonna beat great man. So it's
I love that. I love that so much.
That's awesome.
Okay, one last question before we get out of here. Since we was talking about nostalgia, we was talking about the Sega Genesis caps. What is one thing from the 90s that you would bring back to the future?
Can you break that down a little more? Is it an actual item or is it like a way of being?
Actually, that's a good question. I never had a question like this flipped around on myself. I will say that in my mind initially, it was some sort of item. You're not restricted by size at all. So if you really wanted to bring back, like, I don't know, a big ass car, it's all good. You got the space to bring back, you know, like, I don't know, if you were really into like telephone booths, you could bring back a whole telephone booth. But yeah, definitely an item, a physical thing.
Damn, a physical item. All right, so I'll give you two.
Okay.
I'll give you two because one of them isn't physical. The first one is imagination. That's what I will bring back. The second one, tangible item, I will bring back. Woo, man, it's so much.
I can help you out if you're struggling with this because I was actually there, unlike Sam.
This is a great question. What would Trey bring back? Well, bring to the future. Oh, I'm all about the future. I would bring back action figures, toys. I would bring back toys. Toys are shitty right now. Yes. The fidget spinner, I don't know what the fuck that was. It got weird. I understand how intelligent we are as human beings because I was a teacher at a point, so I've seen little 3 and 4-year-olds play with iPads and know how to work things. That's impressive. But again, the first part of my question,
imagination,
toys, tangible things. You know, being able to.
Hell yeah.
You know, that's what I would bring back. I feel like that is why we do dope shit.
Imagination.
Yeah, man.
You heard it here first, folks. You heard it here first.
I got one more quick question before we get out of here. You have a song called Plant 3.0. You yourself like to smoke the greenery. What are you smoking these days?
Oh, this is a perfect question, you guys. This is perfect. This is perfect. So, I'm smoking OG Kush. It's my first love. You know, me and Jeff, we experienced her. Wait, that doesn't sound right, but we're talking about plants. OG Kush, we smoked it. 2011, going into 12-ish, freshman in college. Man, and we had it OG Kush out the vape. So, you know, the vape gives you like 80 to 90% more. So it was like, we experienced a real high. We didn't go through like the Reggie phase or this, that. That's why, you know, that's why I can hang, you know. I am, you know, me and Jeff have smoked plenty under the table. I can also say that it's a lot of people that, you know, I'm gonna be very brief. I'm gonna get into it very brief. You know, a lot of people smoke blunts, and I love blunts. You know, I started off as a blunter, but you know, I'm an organic man, I'm a natural man. You know, I like to involve the hemp with the hemp. You know, so I get the maximum high every time, baby. Or you know, I'm bonging things. You know, so I'm really, you know, going to the extremes that the marijuana is putting you at. I'm not into the anything that's cutting the high. I'm Sky. I can't do that. I have to be the limit, and I am not a limit. So I have to keep going. So
man, I love that answer. It was well in depth and thought out, and that's what I love about that shit. Man, what a pleasure. What a pleasure.
Gr8sky. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight on Weekend at Gabe's new album, Trey. I know you can pre-order it. When's the official drop date?
There isn't an official drop date. Trey is a delectable. It's a custom. It's a collector's item. It's something that is very precious to me. And the way that I have an understanding of how music is going now, as soon as it hits the streaming platform, it's everyone's, it's ours. It's no longer mine, but it's now into the fold. And now you have to get people to, hit that streaming link and all that. But the way that it is now, it's like the nostalgic approach. You come to me, you find the album, or you can go to Gr8thinkers.com and get the album. But, I have the cartridges with me, so, it's a hand-on-hand experience. I've signed them. You get a Jeff Koons painting. You get a playable Sega cartridge. You get the digital booklet that has a few surprises on it. Like, maybe a music video, something like that, a few things, So, yeah.
There you go. All right. Well, head over to the
get awesome treats. We're not fully digital yet. So it's a lot to, the tangible.
All right. Well, head over to the Gr8thinkers.com and get you the new album from our guest tonight, Gr8sky. And like I said, second cartridge, painting, the album. What more do you need? You get it all.
Hey, and it's a great play. You can play the game that you buy and listen to it, or go on a hunt, get a Sega Genesis. I'm helping out Sega.
Yeah, we need Sega sponsorship for Gr8sky real quick. Yeah, next time we see it.
Hey, yeah, I heard it here first.
All right. Well, thank you so much for stopping by and sharing your story and answering some great questions from us tonight. We appreciate you so much.
All right. Thank you, guys. Peace and love. Appreciate your time.
All right. Gr8sky closing us out tonight on this Tuesday night.
That applause is for everybody we had on tonight. What a show. What a great job talking to this next wave of artists who are doing so many things. Isaiah G was really meticulous, really technical. He played us some new music. Gr8sky, also meticulous and technical and personal, which I thought was refreshing. To see him out there serving cartridges, see him out there serving juice. It feels organic. It feels part of the community, and it feeds the nostalgia of my own brains, and I like that.
I want to ask, did he have, because people who've been on tour, they always talk about how the options for food are always the worst, and a healthy person like him is not going to eat fast food. Did he have to sneak on his own juice into his bag so he could have something healthy to eat while he's on tour? But we didn't get into that. But maybe next time.
Hey, I'm Weekend Gabe. Thanks for checking out this latest episode of Weekend at Gabe's. Click on any of the links swirling around my head and also hit the subscribe button while you're here. Thanks for checking out us here on YouTube.